Every morning we wake up to a world full of challenges and upheavals. But have we ever asked ourselves, what is the ultimate purpose of life? Today, I want to share with you a profound question, and one that I believe can change the way we live. Can we live each day with the purpose of loving and smiling happily, despite the hardships and painful challenges? This life, although short, the moments we experience will last forever in our minds. When faced with suffering and failure, we can choose to learn from those experiences instead of being defeated. It is how we face challenges, along with the relationships we build, that will be the legacy we leave behind. This reminds me that there is nothing more precious than loving and forgiving, because these will follow us throughout our lives. Each of us can see the world through a different lens. Love is not something reserved for the rich or the lucky, but a personal choice. Do you dare to live with an open heart, love everyone around you, and find joy in every day despite the storms outside? This may be a big challenge, but I believe that is the path to true happiness. We cannot change what has happened, but we can absolutely change the way we see it. This life always has two sides, and how we face them will determine the quality of the life we live. Instead of being immersed in sadness, try to look at the positive things. Love and forgiveness will help us find peace in our souls. In fact, only when you love yourself and those around you can you truly live a full life. One story that I always remember clearly in my mind is about a family who went through many challenges in life. They lost a loved one, faced pain and loss that cannot be described in words. However, they did not let this pain control their lives. They continued to love and help those around them, even when they themselves were still struggling with the pain deep in their hearts. This story not only touched me, but also taught me a profound lesson about the power of love. No matter what difficulties we encounter, love is always the most important factor to help us overcome. Without love, life would be empty and cold. You can try to imagine a place without love, where people just live a dull life without caring about each other. Everything would become meaningless, and life would be nothing but boring work. We cannot avoid suffering, but it is love and compassion that will motivate us to move forward. It is like going to a place without love. All you do will be aimless, meaningless steps. But when you carry love in your heart, every action, no matter how small, becomes precious and meaningful. It is love that is the source of strength for us to overcome all challenges in life. When I look back at the difficult times, I realize that life does not always go the way we want. Sometimes we feel lost. The difficulties are like a mountain too high to overcome. But it is in those moments that we find true peace. There is a great saying that I want to share with you. Life is like a cup of tea. When you first drink it, it will be bitter, but gradually it will become sweeter over time. In fact, I have met many people in my life who always smile, are always optimistic and love life, even though in their hearts they have pain that no one can understand. They smiled, lived each moment to the fullest, and did not let anything affect their lives. Those are people who truly have inner strength. They understand that every challenge is just a stepping stone on the great journey of life. We often think that only when we have everything we want can we be happy. But I think that sometimes happiness is finding peace in the midst of difficulties. Life doesn't always have to be perfect for us to feel satisfied. That's the message I want to send to you today. If we always expect everything to be perfect, we will probably always feel lacking. But if we learn to accept life as it is, including mistakes, failures, and sadness, we will find peace. Life doesn't always have to be perfect, but acceptance is the key to unlocking true happiness. It is important that we learn to forgive, not only others, but also ourselves. Everyone can make mistakes, but only when we learn to forgive can we move forward, not stuck in the past. It is forgiveness that helps us relax our minds and find peace. I have learned that sometimes we need to let go of what has passed, what has caused us pain. Otherwise, we will forever be imprisoned in the past, and that only makes life more tiring. Letting go is not giving up, but choosing to live more lightly, to be able to welcome new opportunities that life brings. In this journey, I have also realized that peace is not a destination, but a process. Sometimes we have to accept painful moments, but then we find ourselves stronger, more mature. It is those difficulties that make us resilient and enrich our life experience. Life is not always easy, but that is why we must cherish every moment. When we know how to live with gratitude, everything around us becomes more beautiful, even in the most difficult times. So, try to find peace within yourself, because that is where true happiness begins. Finally, I want to share with you an important thing that I have learned over the years. Happiness is not a destination, but a journey. Happiness is not something that can be achieved by having everything, but by finding peace and appreciation in the smallest things in life. Let your soul be free, not bound by unnecessary worries or anxieties. When we learn to live with gratitude and love, we will find peace within ourselves. In this life, the most important thing is to learn to love yourself and accept what you have. Let each day pass with a smile on your face and a grateful heart. Because when you love yourself, you will be able to love and share that love with others. Always remember, life is short, so live every moment to the fullest and always be grateful for what you have. Life is not always easy, but it is in the challenges that we truly understand the value of patience and courage. Every day that passes, no matter how difficult it is, brings us the opportunity to change, to become a better person. The problem is not to avoid difficulties, but how to face and overcome them with an open heart, ready to love and forgive. Think about the times when you feel everything is falling apart, but then you stand up and realize that it is the time when you learn valuable lessons. Forgiveness is not only for others, but also to free yourself from the pain, the negative emotions that have been clinging to you all this time. A heart full of love, with no room for hatred, will be a strong heart, ready to conquer all challenges. And when you live with faith in life, each day will become more meaningful. I would like to share with you a story about the Buddha, a story that can help you understand more clearly the power of forgiveness and love. Once the Buddha was meditating under the Bodhi tree when a man approached and began to insult him. The man kept on cursing, saying insulting words, and challenging the Buddha's silence. Everyone around saw and worried, but the Buddha remained silent. After a while, the man stopped and asked, "Why don't you respond to my words? If I keep insulting you, what will you do?" The Buddha smiled and replied, "If you bring a gift to someone, and that person does not accept it, to whom will the gift belong?" The man was stunned and replied, "Of course it belongs to me." The Buddha nodded and said, "Then in the same way, the insults you just said, if I do not accept them, they will belong to you." It is a profound lesson about forgiveness and how we can overcome anger and grief. When you let go of negative emotions and live with love, you will feel true peace and happiness. Every day will no longer be a battle with yourself, but a journey towards peace and happiness. So are you ready to live a more fulfilling life, love more and smile no matter what difficulties come? Always remember, this life is a long journey, and every step is meaningful. If you live with love, keep trying and do not give up, you will find true happiness, even in the darkest times. Never forget that life is only once. Life is really short, and we can't go back and do what we've lost. That's why I always believe that every moment that passes is extremely valuable. You can't predict the future, and the past is just the past. So don't waste time on unimportant things, but live it to the fullest. I used to spend too much time thinking about things that don't matter, worrying about things that can't be controlled. But over time, I realized that life doesn't always need to have a perfect plan. Sometimes it's freedom and flexibility that makes us feel truly alive. Live fully, love with all your heart, not because you want to receive, but because love is what nourishes your soul. Surely each of us has faced challenges, and while we cannot avoid difficulties, I believe that how we react is the most important thing. When I encounter difficult times, I no longer feel afraid. Instead, I see them as an opportunity for me to grow, learn, and become a better version of myself. Don't let challenges bring you down. Smile at them, because each challenge will bring a valuable lesson that you may never learn if everything is too easy. And one more thing I want to emphasize is that you are the one who decides your life. Don't let anyone else tell you how to live. Don't let society or anyone else impose on you. We can be influenced by the people around us, but in the end, you are the one who creates your own path. This life is yours, and you have the right to choose how to live it. Let this life become a love song full of love and happiness. I have learned that if you can find joy in the little things, you will feel the true richness of life. Happiness is not something too far away. It is the moments when you are true to yourself, love, and share with those around you. Thank you for watching today's video. If you feel that what I share can help your life, don't forget to like and subscribe to watch the next videos. I wish you always find joy and happiness in every day of your life. Don't forget that every day is a new opportunity for you to live more fully and happily.